Hello, I'm Terence Watts, and this is the third of my WSN in 5 series of mini-talks. In this one I'm going to talk about how to recognise what personality somebody is likely to be and who would be likely to be a good life partner. It's only brief, but you'll get the idea, and there'll be other individual mini-talks later that go into more depth. In the interest of political correctness, I'm not referring to any specific gender combination or style at any time. So the trademark of the warrior personality is they tend to be rather straight-faced and serious and not usually especially smiley or conversational individuals. They really don't like too much bling as a rule and often dress in dark colours such as navy blue, olive green, browns and blacks. Their body language is controlled with minimal gestures and face expressions, and smiles when they come are almost always rather tight-lipped. They give the appearance of being sensible people and in control, and usually are, and they're not really ones for public displays of emotion. If you're a warrior, the best advice is to not even entertain the idea of a relationship with another warrior. It can be good if there's a high degree of sexual energy, but when that fades, and it will, you'll frequently find yourself locked in conflict as you each try to get control of the other. You'll both fail, and both detest the other's attempts at manipulation. If you're a nomad, you'll enjoy their quiet strength, though it's not always as profound as it might seem. Sometimes just means only that they just don't want to talk. You'll usually be able to lighten their serious side, but don't expect a tide of enthusiasm for your latest plans or ideas, since they're much more likely to put a dampener on them. If you're a settler, the relationship can work quite well, but you'll need to bear in mind that this is not a demonstrative individual other than when they're angry or irritated. It's not that they don't care, just that they don't find the need to show it very often, and will assume that you know they care because they're there. They'll guard you with their life, though. The settler is easy to recognise. They come over as friendly and communicative and as one of the world's nice people in the very best sense of the word. Usually conservative in dress, they often favour mid-tone colours and seek to avoid the dramatic or outrageous. Quietly tidy is more their style. Their manner is unassuming, and in conversation they'll be responsive and interested, though are often too polite to ask too many questions. Because they are by nature polite and respectful, they can be mortified if they think they've caused offence, and then become anxiously desperate to make amends. If you're a settler, there's a tendency to be drawn to another settler, but it actually doesn't work very well. You'll love and care for each other very nicely, but the problem is that neither one of you will find it easy to address any problems or difficulties. The settler is rather thin-skinned and tends to avoid unpleasantness, sometimes just letting things fester instead. If you're a warrior, then this is somebody who'll look after you just about as well as you can ever be looked after. They'll be your friend and your confidant, your support when you feel down, and be happy to minister to almost every need. What they are not is forthright, and if you upset them, they're likely to give you the silent treatment without telling you why. If you're a nomad, this relationship can work quite well, because they'll indulge your need to feel valuable without competing to be top dog. You'll see the occasional wince or frown at your excesses, since they're less colourful than you are. The settler is definitely not exciting or adventurous, though they can usually be persuaded to go along with your plans. The nomad is a colourful person and might well come over as larger than life. Usually charismatic, they love to make sure that everyone can see they're different from the crowd. Their style of dress will usually be one of two extremes: stylish and maybe flashy, or determinedly casual, which might also be stylish, though possibly sloppy. The nomad can do scruffy better than anybody on occasions. What usually gives the game away that they're nomad is the way they love to tell stories and tales, often with obvious exaggeration, and they're experts at carrying the others along on a tide of well-being and feeling good. If you're a nomad yourself, this wouldn't make the best life partner, and you'd probably both end up wanting to kill the other. The difficulty is the need for attention and the wish to be the most important one. You'd both want to be in that place, but each try to stop the other getting it or being it. After a while, that battle can become emotionally exhausting. If you're a settler, the important thing to recognise is that this fun person in your life will always need some sort of adulation and praise. They have to believe you adore them and are impressed by them, and then you'll never be short of fun and excitement. This is somebody who's intent on having a good life, but they can sometimes be exhausting because of their energy. If you're a warrior, this is potentially a good relationship, since they won't take your occasional dark moods too seriously, and as long as you can put up with them laughing at your warriorness on occasions, they'll be a good partner. They'll be impressed with their strength of purpose, and the only downside is a tendency to flippancy and exaggeration. Obviously, these were very brief outlines of the way relationships might work, but they're also broadly accurate. I'm Terence Watts. Thank you for watching.